Okay, this looks like an impressive crew.
Someone around here had some pull because this weather just turned on us in a wonderful way. My name is Daniel Bannon. I'm the Executive Director here at Marion Village. It's such a blessing to be with you here today, surrounded by so many people that have served our country. It is a privilege. It is a privilege. It is a privilege. How about that? It's better? Yeah. You hold it in. Technology, you're going to love it. Testing. Testing. In and out. In and out. We'll do our best. Oh, yeah. It's such a blessing to be here with you today, surrounded by so many people that have served our country. It's also a privilege to be able to house the American Legion Post 2011. Named in memory of PFC Michael C. Olivieri. Although it is an honor to establish this space, it is a greater honor to spend time with the brave people who have courageous. A special thank you to our local Post 2011 officers who made this dream a reality. I appreciate your continued service. May God bless you. Now I would like to introduce Deacon George, who will present the invocation.
Almighty God, we thank you for bringing us together this Memorial Day weekend. With humble hearts and a sense of our responsibility, yet proud of the confidence placed in us by our comrades of the American Legion, and with hearts grateful for the rich heritage of 100 years bequeathed to us by our fathers, we ask your blessing, O God, as we dedicate American Legion Post 2011 in memory of Private First Class Michael C. Olivieri. May he and all of our dearly departed veterans rest in peace. Amen.
Okay, the state commander of the American Legion here of Illinois is going to come forward and induct the officers. You make your opening comments. We don't know what that means. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm going to try to use my.
Right, I got it.
I'm going to try to ignore the microphone, use my command voice as they used to tell us. It's an honor to be here to honor the newest post into the Department of Illinois. It's great to see so many people here today. And I'd like to, before I go any further, introduce some of my officers from the state headquarters. Over to my left, you'll see the chaplain, Virgil Okion. Commander Chris. The National Executive Committeeman, Bernie Stegmuller. Olivieri Post, you are the member of the largest district in the in the Department of Illinois, the 11th District. You're a member of the Department of Illinois. We are approximately 80,000 strong, over 700 posts, and this is a great honor for me to be here. What I'd like to do right now, before we go any further, I want to present to the post their temporary charter that says they exist as a post in the American Legion. This is from the national headquarters, Indianapolis, Indiana. Charter for PFC Michael C. Olivieri Post, 2011, Department of Illinois. This is the certified at the National Executive Committee of the American Legion hereby grants a charter to Louis W. Zimke, John Stinson, Kenneth Williams, Julian Cessna, Arthur C. Stetson, Howard J. Martins, Michael F. Donovan, Clement Michaud, Kevin P. O'Malley, Irishman, okay. James C. Woods, Russell J. Stanton, Jerry J. I'll butcher the name, but Jerry J., you're on the list. Kenneth R. Grill, Thomas M. Nealon, Donald C. Jernberg, Thomas Burke. For the formation of the post of the American Legion at Glen, Department of Illinois, under the name of PFC Michael C. Olivieri, number 2011. This charter is granted with the recommendation of the department organization and on the following terms and conditions. All acts heretofore duly and properly taken for the formation of the above named posts are recognized and confirmed by the National Executive Committee. The above named posts shall uphold and declare principles of the American Legion and shall conform to and abide by the regulations and decisions of the department organization and the National Executive Committee or other duly constituted national governing body of the American Legion. This charter is subject to revocation by the National Executive Committee on the recommendation of the department organization or by such authority that may hereafter be established by the National Convention. It witness whereof we have hereunto set our hands this 19th day of December. That's when 2018, that's when it was granted. Michael M. Carter, Commander. Martin Canaster, Adjutant. Brett Rysat, National Commander. And Daniel Wheeler, National Adjutant. Commander, it's your charter.
Color guard, post the colors.
Color guard, heads, hut, every colors. Forward, march. Color guard, south, right, haste, post, colors. Present arms. Forward, march. Color guard, salt. Color.
Ladies and gentlemen, be seated, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to start off by saying how much of an honor it is for me to be the installing officer in the 100th anniversary year of the American Legion for a brand new post, Michael C. Olivieri, Post 2011. Thank you very much for inviting me to do this installation. Incidentally, my name is John Reese. I am currently the commander for the 11th District of the American Legion Department of Illinois. So without any further ado, we'll get to going with the installation. Sergeant at Arms, bring before me the newly installed officers of this post.
Right, guys. March. Up. And salute. 2.
My fellow Legionnaires, you have been chosen to fill the various offices of Post 2011. I know you will vindicate the trust that has been placed in you. I know you will fulfill every obligation required of you. Familiarize yourselves with the duties of your office and carry out those duties with the same spirit from those which arose the American Legion. The welfare and success of this post depends on you, as does the preservation of the integrity of the American Legion. Protect the good name of the American Legion with the people of our great nation. Help them know the American Legion's purposes and policies. Remember the tolerance that animates us as members. Remember, there is no rank among us, for we all serve as equals. We are all aiming for the same goals, the ideals of justice, freedom, democracy, and loyalty. Remember, too, the cardinal principles of the American Legion: the rehabilitation of all disabled veterans, the care of the dependents of those who have answered the final call, the care of those who are now suffering from wounds disease, and want, the education of our children, and service to the community, state, and nation. Will you raise your right hand and say aye and give your name where I give mine? I, John Reese, do solemnly pledge myself to perform faithfully and impartially the duties of the office of the American Legion I am about to assume. I further pledge I am not a member of and do not subscribe to the principles of any group opposed to our form of government. Sergeant at Arms, you are the sentinel, or Tyler, the outer guard of the post. You will guard especially against the loss of one of the American Legion's greatest possessions, our deep and abiding spirit of comradeship. You will learn the identity of and introduce to the commander all visiting comrades and guests of the post. You are responsible that no one shall remain a stranger in our midst. Be ready at all times to assist your commander. Into your hands is given the stand of colors, which you will properly display at all post meetings and on all ceremonial occasions. Chaplain, to you is given the spiritual leadership of this post. You will, I know, lead with dignity and respect to your office. You should be in close confidence with the commander and the other officers of this post. You should attend all meetings of the post. You should be ready upon occasion to take your part in the initiation of new members, the dedication of hall, monuments, or colors, or funeral services of a comrade. All such ceremonies are made more commemorative by the use of our ritual. Into your keeping hands we place the spirit of comradeship of this post. May harmony and unity prevail. Finance Officer, you are the keeper of the monies. In you is reposed the financial policy of this post. To you is given charge of the year's budget. To you is given the duty of payment of all obligations when proper authorization has been given for such payment. Your position is an important one, demanding integrity and honesty. Your election to this office signifies your comrades have trusted you. Guard well that trust. Adjutant, my comrade, you have been chosen to assist in the wise and effective administration of the commander's office, and to serve not only your fellow comrades, but also those whose relationship to our organization has led them to us for guidance and relief. You will find your duties many, varied, and at times taxing. The successful accomplishment of our program depends to a great extent upon you and your performance of the duties of your office. Junior Vice Commander, into your helping hands are placed the important responsibility of assisting the Commander's office in all duties. Particularly, you should be interested in patriotic observances of all kinds, in developing post activities, in entertainment features which mark all meetings. Help to observe strict tolerance among your members on all political, religious, and civic matters. The application of justice will be your particular concern. Senior Vice Commander, to you is given the responsibility of an active cooperation between yourself and the commander. Particularly, you should interest yourself in the membership of the post. You should be assisted by the most active and devoted members. No single factor is so important an influence on the post's success as membership. You shall safeguard the honor of the flag of our country. To you are committed these endeavors, and you shall fulfill each of them. You are the teacher of democracy. Gentlemen, if you would make a right face the audience, please. To the audience and fellow Legionnaires, I present to you the officers of your choice. I congratulate you on the selections you have made. You have chosen them. Now it is your duty to aid them in every way. Help them keep the American Legion faithful to its principles and ideals. give him a round of applause, please. The newly installed officers, and then bring the new commander up, please.
Very much.
Ron, if you want to come up in your chair, that's fine. This may take a minute. Okay, that's what I want. Here, just put this. I'm going to go this way, because I can't go that way. Just do it out front here.
Sir, I present to you the newly elected commander of Michael C. Olivieri Post 2011, eligible your records for membership in the American Legion as duly checked and authenticated.
To you, Commander Beam, is entrusted the very important duty of teaching and protecting the cardinal principles of the American Legion throughout your entire post. To you is entrusted supervision of the duties of all officers of this post. To you may come the needy and the distressed, and it is your duty to see no worthy comrade is turned away without full justice. It is your duty to see freedom is ever the watchword of those of whom you may come in contact. Loyalty to your post, to its membership, to the state, and to the national organization are obligations which you now assume. You are more than the presiding officer for meetings. You are guided by the Constitution and the decisions of the post as a body. Yet the responsibility for the success of the year's programs is largely on your shoulders. You must initiate and carry through programs to completion. You must thoroughly familiarize yourself with the policies and traditions of your post and of the American Legion. By your sincere acceptance and earnest performance of these duties, may the great trust which your comrades have reposed in you be justified. To you, I extend the congratulations of the Department of Illinois, and I wish you well as you assume the duties and responsibilities of your office. Right now I'm going to ask the installing chaplain to give a prayer.
All those with covers, please uncover. O God of might, wisdom of justice through whose authority is rightfully administered. Assist thy spirit of counsel and fortitude these newly installed officers. May they accept the challenge of their oath. Impress upon each the importance of the duties as well as the honor of their office. May they know the value of working together with thee. Lead them in the problems that will confront them. Keep them everly mindful of the great heritage preserved by our comrades living and departing. Vouchsafely unto them wisdom and protection, care throughout the year. Amen. Armed forces.
We say the key to air power is flexibility. We've done a lot of that today. So thank everybody for your patience. I'm First Sergeant Kinney. I'm the ROTC instructor at Lockport High School, and I have the honor of introducing to you somebody who is very, very special to the Olivieri family, and especially to Michael Olivieri. I've been honored as well to be part of the Olivieri family since 2011, when Mike himself, Matt Ziska, who is our honored guest speaker today, helped start. Actually, he was the brainchild behind what you may have heard of as the Michael Olivieri, the Mike Hike 5K run that we do every year. And our ROTC cadets have been honored to be a part of that every year. And then we were asked to be a part of this today. And it's our way of our cadets to be able to say thank you for allowing us to be a part of this. Matt has a long history with Michael. They actually grew up in grade school, as I recall, or in their years. So He knows him very, very well. Been with the family for a long time. And I don't want to take anything away from his speech. So with that, I would like to introduce to you our honored guest, Mr. Matt Ziska.
All right, I'll try my best to protect my voice. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matt Ziska, and it's an absolute honor to be here today. It's always amazing to see the amount of respect and deep appreciation that the entire community has for PFC Olivieri. Thank you to all of those who made today possible and for continuing Mike's legacy by naming this post in his honor. I know if Mike were here, he would have been absolutely thrilled. Last but certainly not least, thank you Olivieri family for letting me be here today to tell my version of Mike's story. And thank you Sergeant Kinney as well. So I consider myself blessed to have known Mike from a very young age. We first met in 3rd grade after my older brother and I had transferred to Goodings Grove after attending Luther J. Schilling Elementary School. As fate would have it, my brother ended up being in the same 5th grade class as Mike, and they quickly became friends after finding out that they lived just down the street from one another. It's crazy to believe, but I can still remember the first time that I met Mike. He and my brother were downstairs playing video games in our basement, and I decided that I should go down there and join them. As expected, my older brother instantly leapt off the couch and immediately tried to shoo me away. But before I even had a chance to run, Mike jumped in and convinced my brother that I should stay. I remember how shocked my brother and I both were because Mike literally had just met me, yet he was still willing to stand up for me. Right then and there, I knew there was something special about him. As one of the younger kids in our neighborhood, Mike took me under his wing and always made me feel welcome. He would often go out of his way to make sure that I wouldn't be picked last in backyard football, and always put my brother in his place whenever he would try bullying me around. With each passing year, my friendship with Mike would continue to grow, and he would eventually become part of our family. By the time I got to high school, my brother finally realized that he had no choice but to share his best friend. While in high school, Mike became heavily involved in music and played in several different bands. He had a natural gift for music, and by the time he graduated high school, he had become an incredibly talented guitar player, a gifted lyricist, and phenomenal singer. I remember listening to some of Mike's songs on repeat because they were just that good. In fact, I actually started playing guitar 15 years ago because of Mike, because I wanted to learn how to play some of his songs. After graduating high school, Mike went on to attend Southern Illinois University, while I ended up at University of Illinois. Despite going to different schools, we remained close friends throughout college, and often would see each other during breaks and over the holidays. But some of my favorite memories with Mike actually come after college, when he and my brother lived in an apartment together in Wrigleyville that was literally a stone's throw away from Wrigley Field. As an avid Cubs fan, I could tell that Mike was on cloud 9. While living in Wrigleyville, he would meet a girl and fall in love. Around the same time, Mike started to book regular shows with his newest band, the Mooks, at the Outpost Bar and Grill in Lockport. From the outside, it seemed like Mike finally had his perfect life. But on the inside, he was still searching for a greater purpose. Mike decided to put his seemingly perfect life on hold and enlisted with the U.S. Army. During basic training, Mike got in the greatest shape of his life, and he came back a new man. In June of 2010, he went on to marry his Wrigleyville sweetheart, Sharon, and was deployed to Iraq just 4 short months later. I remember seeing the pictures that Mike would post on Facebook and feeling a great sense of pride. Mike had become a bona fide soldier who had left his entire world behind to serve his country despite the inherent risks that come with the occupation. Roughly 7 months into his deployment, Mike had made plans to come home to attend his sister's wedding and celebrate his 1-year anniversary with his wife Sharon. Sharon had planned a surprise coming home party for Mike and invited all of his closest friends. I had learned another one of Mike's songs on my guitar and was really excited to show him and see the look on his face when he found out that I knew how to play. But tragedy struck less than 1 week before he was scheduled to come home. I will never forget the pain in my dad's eyes when he told me that Mike had been killed along with 4 fellow soldiers after insurgents had attacked their base in Baghdad. I could literally feel my heart break at that moment. I remember thinking, how could something so bad happen to someone so good? I just couldn't believe it, and I refused to believe it. My friend, my childhood protector, was gone at the age of 26. He was in the prime of his life and had so much to show this world. It wasn't until losing Mike that I would finally realize the extent of the sacrifices that all of our servicemen and women make on a daily basis. Behind every soldier is a story. There were 4 other families, 4 other friends, sets of friends, whose lives were destroyed that day. The tragedy of war affects so many lives in so many ways. The brave men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country can never be honored enough. And their memories should be cherished until the end of time. If it were up to me, Memorial Day would be every day, because we should never forget those who gave their lives in order to protect our country's freedoms. Thank you for letting me be here today to tell my story. And thank you to those who have proudly and bravely served our country. You are the true heroes of this world and deserve to be treated as such. Thank you again. It's truly an honor. And I know Mike's watching down on us today, and he's smiling ear to ear. Thank you very much.
What a great day the Lord's blessed us with. I just real quick want to just pass along a couple thanks. Thank you, Matt, for a moving speech on Mike. It means a lot, I think, for the fact that we know his life and know what it really means, why we're here today. So thank you very much for doing that. Mr. Bannon, I don't know where you're at, but the executive director of the facility here, thank you very much for allowing the American Legion to have this ceremony today. We really couldn't have done it without your support here today. We definitely want to thank Mike and the Frankfurt Brass Band. If you guys give it up for them. Yeah. Awesome. You guys always add a class to any event that we go to, and thank you for doing that for Mike today. The commanders of the American Legion, it's your job to be here. But we thank you for being here, and we thank you for your service. Not just what you've done before, but for serving the country as you continue to do now. Commander Beam, you've got a big job in front of you, and I'm just so honored that you're asking us to be a part of this as well. Congratulations and to your executive staff to doing this as well. And the man behind the banner, which you may not realize, but Mr. Gray, you'd step out and please show your face. He didn't plan this, but Mr. Gray was the one who provided all of the beautiful brochures that we have. He actually provided the banner as a donation, and we really want to thank him for doing that and just bringing that class to us. So thank you very much for doing that. And I hope I didn't miss anybody. There's always a fear when you say thank yous that you're going to miss somebody, but everybody else that's contributed, the staff of the facility, and everyone else that made this day happen, and especially to all of you being here, that this really means a lot, I'm sure, to the Olivieri family of how much we all honor him and his and Michael's sacrifice to what we do. And this is just a small way that we as a community can honor Michael and for all the other veterans that are a part of this as well. One last thing I want to leave you with, and this is to you, Commander, in the post of the Michael Olivieri post 2011. The ROTC cadets last week took it upon themselves. They wanted to do something to help as well besides posting the colors. And so they had a fundraising last week at Lockport Township High School. And the cadets of the high school raised enough money to make sure that we had a classic band here to make this a really special event. And so they've taken care of that. And they're also going to make about a $400 donation to the post. And that is from the cadets who organize it, and actually from every single cadet, every single student from Lockport Township High School. And we did that. So with that, Sergeant at Arms, I give it back to you.
Color guard, retire the colors. Color guard,
Three, colors. Forward, arch. Color guard, out. Right, ace. Present, colors. Every colors. Retrieve, colors. Left, ace. Forward, arch. Color guard, out.